Man, that was such a great read. I'm like, I really want to finish this series. I'm pretty sure the series is complete, actually. Though, I did tell myself I would be better this month, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to look. Let's see, so Indigo has it in stock. That's not a bad price. What's this? Excuse me, Right Stuff's having a birthday sale? Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to order a few things. Hey guys, what's up? This happened this month. I told myself I'd be better, and that did not happen. So, without further ado, let's roll the montage and get into some recommendations. I hope you guys enjoyed that montage. Let's get into some of my favorite reads from this past month. So last month in June, I had got the first volume of Water Dragon Bride, or The Water Dragon's Bride, but the is like small, so. I read the first one, and I actually picked it up on a whim. I was at a comic book store and was looking for volumes of Kami-sama Kiss because there are some that just you cannot find anywhere. They didn't have it, but I saw the first volume of The Water Dragon Bride and I decided to pick it up. And I read the first volume and I am hooked. So of course, me being the uncontrollable spender that I am, was like, okay, well, this is a completed series. There's only 11 volumes. That means you only need to get 10. So what did I do? I ordered them all. I'm still waiting for volume 8 that is supposed to arrive this month. However, I got every other volume and I love this story so much. Okay, so a little basic synopsis that I can spew. It is about this girl and she's like with her family one day and she's like living her best life, and then she like looks at a puddle and then the puddle's like, and she gets sucked in, and then she wakes up in like a different, I don't know if it's a different world yet because I haven't like gone too far, but she meets this boy but she has red hair, like this beautiful red hair, and they're like, that's a witch, she's a witch, and so they decide to sacrifice her to the water god. And so they basically drown this little girl. Sorry if this is like triggering some people. She doesn't actually die. The water dragon brings her into his den and was like, okay, well, I'm gonna like make you my bride. And then he like takes away her voice and I'm like, oh, that's an Ariel moment. Red hair, aha, I see how this is going, except she's not a mermaid. And so then the little boy's like really upset because they became friends and he like goes to try and save her. But then the water god's doing really scary things and making them look like they're monsters to each other, but they like are still in their human forms. It's really good. I'm hooked, and I'm like, it's a sweet shoujo fantasy kind of novel. Highly recommend. It's got 11 volumes. It is a completed series, so I'm very excited to be reading the rest of this series. The next one that I want to talk about is Something's Wrong with Us. Now, I've only read the first one, and again, it was something I actually added to the Right Stuff anime haul, their birthday celebration haul, to get the free shipping. I just decided to get volume 1 at the time because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I haven't seen it a lot on other people's things, so let's just get volume 1 and see how we do. Again, another one. I'm hooked. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ripping. I got volumes 3 and 4. I ended up actually ordering 2, 3, 4 off of Indigo, and I have 5 and 6 coming in on another Right Stuff haul. But like, that's August's problem. So here is number 1. And so it is about, I'm gonna read the back because I've been reading a lot recently. So, married to the enemy. That can only be turning out very well for people. Now has followed in her mother's footsteps to become a traditional Japanese sweets maker. Even at 21, her skills are unparalleled, landing her a spot at a world-class confectionery company. However, when she meets the young, handsome heir to the company, she recognizes Tsubaki, her first friend, and the same boy who framed her mother for murder a decade ago. As the only witness to the crime, now seizes her chance to get close to him, but instead of finding answers, she falls deeper for Tsubaki's allure. So basically, she's falling for the guy that framed her mom, which is really sad, but I really like the mystery aspect to it. I am a sucker for shoujo romance. Everyone who's seen my last 2 hauls would know that. I mean, like, a good portion of this is romance. Is pretty much what I read legitimately all. However, I did dive into some shonen for those who can see Jujutsu Kaisen. I got some Attack on Titan over here. Ooh, look at me expanding by Arsenal. But this one was very good. I'm hooked. The main guy is quite something. He's a good looking fella. I'm trying to find a nice, yeah, okay, he's a good looking fella. The art style is an art style that I love. So again, another book that I would 10 out of 10 recommend. Let's try something different. Perhaps not shoujo. Boom! Chainsaw Man. Who would have seen this coming? The girl who pretty much only strictly reads shoujo romance picked up Chainsaw Man, and the reason I did that was because if you follow me on my manga account, that link will be in the description as well. I have been seeing everyone was like, you need to read Chainsaw Man's super hype, and I'm like, oh. So I was in the bookstore and Chainsaw Man Volume 1 was in the store, and I was like, okay, let's give it a shot and see what it's about. And about half an hour later, I finished reading the entire first volume. I did take the one that I was reading with me, so, you know, because I had creased it in the bookstore a little bit, so I brought it home with me. I was very impressed. And I was also really upset that they didn't have volume 2 in the store! Ah! They only had volumes 1, 3, and 5, and I'm like, that does not help me. So desperately trying to find volume 2 right now. I know it will come back in stock because it is a new series, but it was very frustrating that it was not in stock. Denji's a poor young man who will do anything for money, even hunting down devils with his pet devil dog, Pochita. He's a simple man with simple dreams, drowning under a mountain of debt. But his sad life gets turned upside down when he's betrayed by someone he trusts. Now the power of the devil inside him, Denji becomes a whole new man, the Chainsaw Man. I really, really enjoyed this. I also, like, he's like, I just want to hug a girl, and I'm like, I hope you hug a girl. But I'm like, it's definitely a lot different than what I am normally into. For instance, like, look at all this gore. I mean, you probably can't see it that well, but like, it's a really cool style. I really, really enjoyed it. And I mean, like, look at this cover art. Heart ring light, you want to cooperate with me? Love! Yay! We love Chainsaw Man. So, if you like shonen, I definitely recommend this one. Alright, so you know we cannot pass over one of these monthly hauls without there being some BL, so I present to you Fangs. Released by Tokyo Pop by Billy Bally Bally. I'm not gonna try and say that name more than once because yeah. This was so good. I legitimately am shook that volume 2 is not out. I need it like right now. Right now, right now, right now. For those of you who like vampires, I'm like, I feel like the reason why I like vampire novels, like I like Vampire Night, I like Fangs, I have like one other vampire one that I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, is because I never watched Twilight, I never read Twilight, so I never got my vampire phase in middle school where, you know, you like draw the dots on, you're like, I'm a vampire. I never got that, so I'm living through it now, but I don't know if I would put dots on my neck and like roll around the house going, I'm a vampire, but to each their own. Fangs was so good. I am obsessed with Tokyo Pop's like step up on the boy love front. I really, really liked this one. So it is about a guy who, so this guy right here, he was like drunk with his friends one night and he gets turned into a vampire, and then this guy here is like his vampire daddy. How can I say this without it being super cringe? He's like his trainer, his like mentor. He's gonna help him learn how to be a vampire and not a nuisance to society so that vampires get found out. I think y'all are getting what I'm trying to put across, but like, you know, I really like the art style. It's very, very pretty. I really, really want the second one. It kind of actually reminds me of the manhwa or the web comics. Is it manhwa? I think so. Called Bloodlink. For those of you who haven't read Bloodlink, it's the same kind of premise. So it was a guy who wasn't a vampire, super attractive vampire Hyung was like, I'm gonna bite you and we're gonna be vampire lovers and it's gonna be great. Except he's like actually part werewolf, which makes other people super horny. Anyways, 10 out of 10. This guy's not a werewolf though, he's just a vampire. But this was so good. I literally cannot stress it enough. And it was like a chunkier one. This was like thick. I mean, like, this is like the normal thickness that looks legitimately the same. I swear it's a little bit thicker. I'm very, very happy with this. Okay, so if you like the boy love stuff and you don't mind vampires, I definitely recommend picking this one up. So that is the tea, sis. Alright, and the last one that I am going to recommend from this month is Everyone's Getting Married. Now, I actually finished reading the very last one that I got last night, and I'm so satisfied with the ending. They were so stubborn for so long, and I just wanted them to get together, and they weren't, and I was shocked. But let's just say everything turns out well in the end. I don't want to spoil it just in case those of you who love shoujo manga want to pick it up. It is a 9-volume series. It is completed, and it is about this girl, and she really wants to get married, quit her job, and become a homemaker. Now, that's not to say she doesn't love her job. She loves her job, she loves working, and she puts a lot of work into her job. This guy is like the TV newscaster, and he does not want to get married. I think that's because he was being scandalous and was dating a married woman when he was younger. He obviously dealt with his past, and he's not stupid anymore. However, in his defense, the lady that he was seeing who was married, her husband was like always cheating on her, so she was sad, and he's like, well, why don't you just get a divorce? And she's like, no, I love him. So that was like a whole other weird subplot, which didn't get quite as explored as I thought it was going to, and I thought that that lady was gonna like wreck their relationship. Anyway, so it's about these two, and they're constantly like, I want to get married, and he's like, well, I don't want to get married. And she's like, just succumb to me and get married already, and he's like, no. Yeah, it's really good. It was really funny. I liked the drama. I liked that it was more realistic. The comedy wasn't forced, and the drama felt more real. It wasn't like my typical shoujo that I normally read, which I read a lot of shoujo manga that's in like high school. I love the fluffy, like, can I hold your hand? I love that. This is definitely more of like, what is it called? The Jose? It's definitely geared towards, I want to say, 18 plus readers, female readers, just because, you know, it is more realistic. It's not as like super fluffy. I mean, you have your fluffy moments, but it's like a realistic, it's realistic. And I mean, like, oh my gosh, yes, look at this boyfriend. Yes, so good. So, oh my god, so good! Anyway, so yes, I highly recommend Everyone's Getting Married. I don't even know if I said the title earlier, but Everyone's Getting Married is a very sweet 9-book series. Alright guys, well, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my little recommendations. I am going to be doing a, like, what I've read and my opinions video coming soon. And I also want to do that for anime, but I haven't read a lot of anime, so if you would like to suggest me some anime to watch, please leave that in the comments below as well, because I want to watch some more anime. I feel like I watched a bunch of anime a few years ago and then I just dropped, and then there's been so much new anime and good anime that's come out, and I just have absolutely no idea where to start. So leave some anime in the comments below. What is some manga that you guys have also been really enjoying or started reading? Leave that in the comments so that, you know, I can just spend all my money and let you know what I think. So yeah. Anyways, I love you guys a lot, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!